Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, January 8, 2016, 4:24 p.m. in Birmingham. Topic, I'm going to have a coming up mixed bag blogs, and some are dreams and visions. And this, wow, I mean, you have to hear it. And going back to one I did, I think the last Cern blog I did was probably a week ago. And they were saying that someone went in to operate it, didn't know that it was running, and in the process of trying to make it run, they destroyed it. Let me tell you something real quick. The last machine operator job I had was years ago before I went to the police department. A $70,000 machine called a Zerglamat. This thing spun at high RPM, and I could dump plastic. And when I say plastic, I'm cut off sheets of triple ply and polyseal and PS600 plastics, just the kind you see your bread wrapped up, your meats wrapped up in. And the excess that was peeled off according to per instructions to a bakery or something, the rest of it came to me, and I dumped it into this machine. At high RPM, it rolled that plastic into a molded ball, liquid ball. And at the right time, I'd eject a lot of water, it'd break it up into pieces, and within a minute, it'd start liquefying again. And then I'd dump another gallon, then another, then another. When it was right, I had perfect size round beads. Then I would eject them into a box and carry them back to that same machine that was running them. So the point is, if I was not in that room, this is a $60,000 or $70,000 machine. I had to lock the top. I had to seal it. First, the blade in the bottom of the machine had to be sealed. Coming out of the machine, I would have to seal the top, lock it, take the key, dropping down the steps to the bottom of the machine. I'm in a big room alone by myself. No one is allowed in there with the machine operating. Then I would put a lock on the breaker box after I pulled the breaker and then leave the room. And when I walked out of the room, I would close the door, lock it, and then turn to my right and kill the power to the room and lock that box. Now, if I had to do this much on a $70,000 machine back in 1970, my God, what do you think they have to do in safety provisions for a $200 billion machine? And to say they didn't know it was running is a crock. And that proof you'll be seeing that really soon if you hadn't already. Above Cern, someone finally released a picture when they said the machine was down, it was damaged, it had exploded. They lied. Major, major, major lie. There is a portal above that thing that has been videoed, and it's unlike anything that you've ever seen in your life. I will get that location and I will have it in my box, not now. But when I come back in here, it may not be until late tonight or tomorrow night. Number two, just got information from Stuart Rhodes, Oath Keepers, that something's about to break loose in Oregon when I thought that it was a dead issue. And the fact is, it is not a dead issue. Number three, I told you last night about Gary Stearman, Watchers TV, and his guest Tom Horn, Joe Artist. Tom Horn had a box. That box, half the size of a shoebox. It is frozen because it has the dry ice inside, but it has 4 or 5 tubes in it. Injection tubes. One, you inject, it breaks your DNA strand. One that you put in to replace that broken DNA will be a strand that enhances your body in some way. Then you still have 3 more. This is just right now. If Tom Horn was able to get his hands on it, show and tell, then how long do you think it'll be before all of us will have the ability to get it? But the bad thing is, when you change your DNA, then you no longer belong to God. Clear and simple. That's primarily the only reason that he destroyed the earth by water in Noah's day, because of just that. And then he saw the need to come down and destroy. The Bible mentions only 4 cities, but there was many, many, many more that you don't know of, that we don't know of, that's going to be in the first 5 books of the Jewish Bible, the one that they, I'm drawing a blank again. But in any case, that's something that will, if you're a Christian, you won't do it anyway. If you think you're a Christian and then you do it, then you haven't been a Christian. You may be a Christian-like, or maybe you thought you were a Christian. Christians do not do this. Friends, this, in my opinion, might just be the mark of the beast. If your DNA is changed, then you do not have a place to go to that's good when you leave this world here. But you know what? We may not have a whole lot of time to discuss this, because this country is fixing to get battered like you've never seen before. And I mean, in fact, this guy wrote this out on December 22nd, made it known, and some people got a hold of it and finally got it on the internet. And a friend of mine got it to me last night. I told you I was waiting on a phone call, and that was it. And from the time of his dream, I had already had some blogs that I had mentioned to you about December 7, December 13. Those 2 things came true with the stock market. And then December 31, or the end of, and then the next one by March 1, no later than the end of March. Well, as you know, the next one hit yesterday with a stock market drop of another $1 trillion, if not more. And right this minute, I don't even know where my phone is. I hadn't looked at it today, but point is, we've had 3 real bad hits. We have had other things that happen, floods, other disasters, fires, earthquakes in Oklahoma. Yesterday they had 21. And they're just wondering today, well, what will today bring? Again, LA, California, the streets are flooded. The interstates, I mean, 5, I-5 and 8, they are flooded. They're underwater today. We are being hammered in these 3 things. The stock market, after December 25th, boom, we got hit. And then we got hit again yesterday. And then the floods in California. Those are 3 of the things that's on this dream, this vision. 3 of the first things that are on it. And so much more to come. It's unbelievable. All I can say is it's difficult to contain myself. And what I mean by that is you just got to make sure you have a safe place. I mean, because you think Ferguson and Maryland were little riots, think again. Think 1,000 times that size. And think it soon. Jody Wolf Expoz.